Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie and today I'm going to be giving you my top 10 fictional boyfriends. All of the fictional boyfriends in this video are characters from books. And I will say that I have a lot of fictional boyfriends and it was really hard to narrow this list down to 10. And all of these are in order from 10 to top number 1, and it was very difficult. Number 10 is Warner from the Shatter Me series by Tahereh Mafi. I didn't really start liking Warner as a love interest until book 2, which is Unravel Me, and then by book 3 I absolutely fell in love with him. He's the mysterious bad guy with a tragic past, and everything that he does actually has a reason behind it, and it just starts to unravel and make sense throughout the series. But that does not condone his bad behavior at all. He definitely does some questionable things, and I would say in general he's a morally gray character, but that's what makes him so interesting. Number 9 is Liam from the Darkest Mind series by Alexandra Bracken. I love Liam. He's so caring, and his love for Ruby is what makes me love him so much. And the reason why he made it higher on this list than Warner is because I think he is a more realistic boyfriend, because Warner in real life may not be the best boyfriend out there, but I feel like Liam would actually make a really good boyfriend, and I don't really see any problematic themes to his character arc, and that is why he made it as number 9. Number 8 is Sam from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, although he's really only in this novella bind-up, which is like a prequel to the series, The Assassin's Blade. I love his character. His story is just so tragic and heart-wrenching. He is a precious character. He would do anything for the people that he loves. This book, and that's all I can say. Number 7 is Jace Wayland, or any of the other 3 last names that he has in this series. He is in the Mortal Instrument series by Cassandra Clare, as well as a lot of her other series too. Jace is like my OG fictional boyfriend. I don't like him as much now, but definitely back in the day, he was my number 1 fictional boyfriend. I absolutely loved him. Now that I'm older, I don't like him as much, which is why he's not higher up on this list. But I still really love his relationship with Clary. It's just, for me, if he was my boyfriend, I don't think we would click as much. He's a very problematic character. And he's also really, really arrogant, narcissistic, all of those things. His ego is huge, which is fun to read about in a book, but not in real life. I can't stand arrogant people, so we just wouldn't click. But I still really love him. Number 6 is Dorian from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I absolutely loved him in book 1. I was totally team Dorian 100%. I have never really liked Cale at all. He was by far my favorite guy in this love triangle. He's like the really great guy that hides behind a mask. He hides who he truly is, because being a softie, being a person with actual feelings and being a prince, being royalty, especially having a cruel, horrible father as his king, that's not a good place to be. So he's got the hard shell, but on the inside he's really great. He's loving, he's kind, he loves to read, hello. I really love Dorian. But then another prince came into this series. Rowan Whitethorn. I absolutely love Rowan. I didn't like him as any type of love interest until this book, Queen of Shadows. I still really loved him in Heir of Fire, which is when he is introduced into the story, but he also has a huge character arc in that book, and he didn't really become likable for me until the last quarter of that book, maybe the last half. But then in this book, he just blew me away. He is so protective of the people that he loves, and like he is a really strong, like fierce fae warrior, but then he has those few people that he really lets in to see who he really is, and his character is so much deeper than just a fae prince. There's so much more to him than just being this really strong, fierce warrior that intimidates people. I really love his heart, and I really love how he takes care of the people that he loves. For number 4, I have Noah Shaw from the Mara Dyer trilogy by Michelle Hodkin. I love Noah. He's so snarky, but in a good way. He is like the guy that smirks at you from across the room when you make eye contact, and all it takes is one smirk to have you hooked. He's British, he's rich, he loves animals, he loves fiercely. I mean, what more could you want? Number 3 is Prince Maxon from the Selection trilogy by Kira Cass. Maxon has some of the best romantic dialogue of all time. He says everything a girl wants to hear, and because he's fictional, he actually means it. He's not just saying it to get a girl, like he legit means what he says, which makes it so much better than real life. He is the sweetest thing. He's absolutely adorable. After some of the things he says in these books, how can I not love him? And number 2 is Khalid from The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I can't really explain how much I love Khalid. This book has the enemies to lovers trope, which I love. So throughout the book you really get to see who he truly is as a person and not just what he wants people to see him as. And he is another character with like a tragic story, and everything that he does has a purpose. It has a reason behind it, which just breaks your heart for him and makes you love him all the more. And he also has some of the best romantic dialogue of all time. And everything that he says is so poetic. Like, if a guy talked like this in real life, one, it'd be kind of weird, but two, like, I feel like I would have to marry him, because, I mean, who talks like this? Like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. He also loves super fiercely, like, oh my gosh, his love for the main character just grips me, and it breaks my heart, it makes me feel for him, and it makes me obviously love him. And number 1, can you guess it? Can you guess who it is? William Herondale from The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. I've always loved Will. I will always love Will. Will Herondale makes my heart melt. He is another character with a tragic backstory, and he has purpose to everything that he does, and it just makes you feel for him, it breaks your heart for him, and it makes you love him. And one of the best things about his character is he loves to read, and he quotes his favorite books to his love interest in the story and writes her like these romantic notes with all these book quotes, and they just discuss their favorite books back and forth with each other. And oh my gosh, like, can that happen in real life? Can I find a man who reads and can discuss books with me? Like, I have never met a guy in real life who actually loves to read. So, that's really sad. I usually refer to Will as my fictional husband. Like, if you could put his character into a real person in real life, I would probably marry him. I feel like he will always be on this list for the rest of my life. I will always love Will Herondale. Alright, that is it for this video today. Those are my top 10 fictional boyfriends. Let me know in the comments down below who your number 1 fictional boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever it is for you is down in the description below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more bookish content by me. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.